So going into the studio today was just like a big moment. It was a big moment. A lot of my friends are in like kind of successful bands, and every single time they go into the studio, I see all these videos and I'm like, damn, I want to be there. Yeah, I was having a good time in the booth and I was like, look, we can do another take. I'm fine to do that. Let's stay in here as long as possible. It was kind of interesting to hear my voice on the track because for so long, for like the last 3 weeks at least, the only version I've heard was Luke's. So having my voice on there was just like, wow, this is happening. This is really happening.
For me, it was surreal. It's always been a dream of mine and it's always been on my bucket list to go into a recording studio, but I've never had the chance. And to be honest, I didn't think I'd ever get the chance to do it so young. So ChIPS has made a dream come true, basically, for me. And not only just sing, you know, whatever song the teacher or whoever chooses, but sing about something that's really close to home for me and something that's close to my heart.
Oh, it's really cool. I haven't been in a studio in quite some time. I don't get to like sing out loud a lot. It's a lot when my parents are home or something and I gotta keep it down.
Yeah.
So like singing out loud is a great feeling.
Yeah.
It was great. I really enjoyed it. It was, a lot of fun to record. I've never done it before, so it was great. Very, very rusty. I haven't done it in a couple of years. But it was fun to get back to it, so.
It's cool, like sometimes when I do Turkish raps, I have like a earphone on and I just too loud and I don't even know. People are like, shut up! And I'm like, you're gonna hear me one day in the studio and you will apologize for this.
Superstar. Wow.
I just need a moment. I couldn't translate the Turkish. I was like, how the hell do I ever translate the Turkish? So I just mixed up the random words and I ended up with the wrong sentence. But but no, because I did it, I don't even care if it's the wrong sentence. Because like I did it. It's mine now and I don't want to change it.
Evet biz büyükken çok zordu. Gündüz geceler içmek çok korkutucuydu. Yardım, yardım diye çağırıyorduk. Uyan, uyan diye bağırıyorduk.
1, 2, 1.
The meaning is that just we don't need helps anymore. We are not like little babies that you like humor or like you just give candy to. We are not babies anymore. We're just grown, almost adults who's like ready to take responsibility. And like we just don't need your help because like this is one of the life experiences, because if you help us then we will just not care about it and then it will just get worse and worse and worse.
I've only really written like creative stories, and even then it doesn't really delve into chronic illness. It more talks about other things in life, because usually when you talk about disability or chronic illness, it's always the lighter, happier stuff. Oh, I had a doctor's appointment, it went well. Oh, I need a surgery, that's coming up. But you don't really delve into with your friends about how sometimes you're like trapped in a limbo and you don't know how to escape, or it feels like you're drowning because of the amount of pressure with school and with social life, but also with the chronic illness like creeping up on you, and it's always there, so you can't exactly just drop it and like leave.
I know a lot of us in ChIPS, like we've all had our own experiences with people who think they know best for us. And of course it's all well-meaning. Like there are a lot of people who actually care like so much about us, but the way they go around it is very sort of, it doesn't help us, is really the point. It doesn't help our mental health and it doesn't help our physical health sometimes.
Look on the bright side. There's always someone else who's got it worse than you. You don't look sick. I'm trying to help you.
I think you should do this. No, I think you should do that. And I had to take it all day. I'm like, God, just pause. Just pause.
Like they tell us to eat more, they tell us to eat less.
You should eat like this sort of diet, or you should try to like do this kind of exercise. And I'm too nice to say that I don't care. I don't need their opinion. I didn't ask for it. So I think this song's pretty good on that.
Sometimes it's difficult talking to people you love and you trust about how sometimes they feel like they're overwhelming you, or sometimes that they're not actually helping you in the way that they think they are.
Because I'm too shy. Actually, I'm just too shy to say it. Like, how are people respond? How am I gonna do this? I just woke up with every single speech I have, and then when I walk, it all just goes away, and it just become really shy.
Being able to do it through song, it's telling them, but it's telling them nicely in a sense. So you're letting them down softly, but it's also something that you just listen to, and because it's the beat and because it's the melody, you don't really listen to the lyrics until you listen to it over and over and over again. And that's the beauty of it, is because you absorb it, but you don't absorb it fully until you actually listen, which is what a lot of people actually need to do instead of taking it at face value.
I always find, at least for me, when I write lyrics and when I write songs and when I like write melodies as well, it feels so cathartic to just get it out there. And even if I don't use all of the lyrics that I come up with, like, they're on the page. And it's just, even the act of that is one of the best parts of this song. It's like, we can see everything. And Luke was like really instrumental with that. He sort of like structured the piece. And that was really, really helpful. So now it's just like a really cathartic way to go around it, basically. That's it.
So it's a really good way of just being like, hey, here you go. You know, this is what we have to deal with, and this is why you shouldn't say such and such or whatever.
It actually makes me feel relieved, like, yes, this is the day. This is the day where we're gonna shoot this goddamn thing, and this is the part where everybody finally understands that, like, the message that we're gonna deliver once we did this. So I kind of saw this as a job, like, to like really finish. Like Uncle Ben, great power comes great responsibility.
This is a wake-up call. I don't need your pity. Be ready.
ChIPS, I think in general, has given me a lot of confidence, and I was a very different person before I got into ChIPS, and I'm a very different person now because of ChIPS as well. So I think ChIPS as a whole is a great program and experience to be in.
Just feels really good, like, to get the problems out of my chest, because like when you're a teenager like me, you need to talk with your friends, but if you have epilepsy, your friends are like your parents. I don't care about it. So you need to be in a peer sport group like ChIPS, so like they care because they know what the hell you're going through in life. So yeah, that's just kind of helps me.
Just let me meet other people like me. I felt really, really alone before I'd really got to know anyone here. I feel like that's an experience that probably lots of chronically ill kids share, that they feel like they're alone, and that's sort of it. But it's just given me a place where I can be comfortable. I don't have to make excuses for myself for what I can or can't do. It's just support, I guess, that I haven't got in any other place.
I was made to feel by able-bodied people that me using what was given to me was bad.
Really motivating to see things actually happen. I think it's great to talk about, being an advocate and stuff. I mean, this isn't really advocacy in the general sense, but it's affirming to see something like this happen, just to let us kids know that there's stuff that we can do, even if it's small scale, like writing a song. So yeah, definitely.
It's an honour to be a part of it, and being able to give back and give my voice to a lot of kids who might not be able to, one, give their voice, but two, might not be able to vocalise how they feel.
And it's like, these things keep happening to us. And it's just like, it's really good to finally get that message out there in a sort of relatable way, to just sort of say, hey guys, as they're singing right now, it's a wake-up call, like, come on. We're telling you what we need, and we're saying it sort of a little bit more publicly than we would, just because this is one of the best ways to get it out there.
And I hope it changes a lot of people's opinions on, like, chronic health, and especially kids with chronic health, where it's like not exactly visible. And I think a lot of people would appreciate this as well.
I just hope that people hear it and rethink the way they treat chronically ill disabled people. That's sort of all that was in it for me, I guess. Just to educate people and let people know, I guess.
And all you need to do is listen. Just say hey.
think I'm just vibing and just having a good time.
You should smile more, whinge less, positive mindset, get up out of bed. Maybe it's all in your head, lighten up, harden up, grow up, show up, cheer up. Look on the bright side, there's always someone else who's got it worse than you. You don't look sick, I'm trying to help you.